What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the uncrowned Otaku. I saw The Strangers Chapter 2, honestly, 2 days ago. I saw it on Saturday. I'm filming this on Monday. Yeah, 2 days ago. And I needed to get these thoughts out. First of all, I really be seeing a lot of movies. I go and see any movie just because I can. I got the A Plus membership. They give me 4 free movies a week. I just be seeing movies. I usually don't talk about them on the channel because I don't know if that's the kind of content y'all would come to me for. But I've come to a decision where I honestly just want to talk about stuff that I like. And I've been doing that with anime and manga, but I'm gonna expand that to games and movies now. So I saw The Strangers 1, and that was a long time ago. So I really didn't remember much. I remember once the movie started, y'all gonna see why I accidentally called it a show. I think The Strangers actually had a prequel too. It was The Strangers, then it was a prequel, and now we got The Strangers Chapter 2. But the movie literally, by the way, this will contain spoilers. For me, anytime I do a review, it's honestly just going to contain spoilers. So y'all have been warned. If you don't want to finish the review, you don't got to stay here. Come back after you see the movie if you like. The movie starts exactly where The Strangers 1 left off. How Homegirl was in the hospital, woke up, and she was okay. It literally picks up right there. And this is part of the good that I'll give the movie. It gives you like 10 minutes of intro, like, oh, I'm in the hospital. Oh, sheriff, this is what happened. They were asking for a girl. They said, where's Tamara? And you can see the old sheriff starts to realize that he might know what's going on, but he's not telling homegirl. So then they leave. They go to a diner. They start talking about how she survived. And all the diners, we don't know who the strangers are. They're always in masks. But a lot of people in the diner looked a little shady after they said that the homegirl survived. And it was just the dude that died. So after they said that, and keep in mind, this is like a 10-15 minute span window when the movie starts. Boom, it's all action from there. The power cuts off in the hospital. She hears people screaming. The deputy that was guarding her room, you hear him running for his life, like, no, please don't. He never, first of all, whoever was guarding her room, whatever officer that was, he never pulled the blick. You don't hear any gunshots coming out. If a man is chasing me with an axe or a knife, I'm pulling that trigger, bro. You getting one warning. Hey, don't take a step closer. Boom, 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 boom. I'm unloading the chamber. I told you don't take a step closer. You got a dangerous weapon? Yeah, bro. You got to get done dirty. The fact that that officer never let off a single bullet is crazy to me. So it literally starts with the strangers trying to make sure that they tie up loose ends. They come and ask her out. So she's literally in the hospital running for her life. She ends up going down to the morgue where she sees her dead fiance. And guess what? She has to hide in the little chamber that they're keeping her fiance. So it was kind of symbolic, like her fiance is still protecting her even through death because they didn't find her in there because some things happened. But anyways, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. There's really not too much of a plot, and I think for this kind of movie, to an extent it works. You go to this movie and you just want to see the strangers trying to take people out, and that's exactly what's happening. You do get some flashbacks because I think the idea with those flashbacks is you're trying to narrow down who this person is, who one of the strangers are, and you can tell through the flashback that they had a troubled upbringing. And the flashbacks went from everything from having a childhood crush to then a girl trying to steal your childhood crush to then that character then finally losing it. And once she sees the girl kiss the guy that she's crushing on, she just takes a rock to her. Boom, boom, boom. And her childhood crush sit there as the blood spills over them, and they make a smiley face in the blood. And you see the teachers then come running around screaming, and that's where it kind of cuts. So you get to see like that's where it started. It's just sometimes demented people don't need a reason to do these things, and I think that's what the movie with the flashback kind of conveyed. Like in The Strangers 1, you always wondered why are they after the two stars of the movie, and in Strangers Chapter 2 with the flashback you realize there's no reason. They're just doing it. There's literally no rhyme or reason. They're just taking these people out. Now, why they focus so hard on continuing to take her out, I don't know. I guess failure doesn't exist in their universe. They took out the one dude. You think they chill? No, they're trying to get the girl, and they're trying hard. Like they unleashed a warthog on her. Props to her. She took out the warthog. Although the warthog took a chunk out of her leg, but yeah. So all of that, the movie does well. It gives you exactly what you want from a horror slash thriller. You're getting slashes, you're getting hiding, you're getting a couple jump scares, you're getting that. Now, here comes the bad part. It's not really a movie, it's a TV show on the big screen. And what I mean when I say that is the movie ends with Homegirl, and I don't remember her name. That's why I keep calling her Homegirl. Homegirl actually does defeat one of the strangers. We assume it's the stranger that we were having the flashbacks about, the girl. Because and after that we see the male who has the rice sack over his head. He takes her in his arms, and it looks like he's about to cry. You don't really see nothing. We assume that that male is the boy from the flashback. So you got the girl, you got the dude, and we don't know who the third person is. But as he picks her up, the movie just stops and it says chapter 3 coming soon. Nigga, is this a TV show? What the fuck? You mean coming soon? And what really pissed me off is if you stay a little bit past the credits, like they do a preliminary credit roll, then you see chapter 3 start. They show you actual film from chapter 3, which lets me know when this movie was filmed, they filmed the movie to completion and decided to hoe us on a complete movie. They couldn't figure out what kind of fluff to cut out, so now they're turning what should be. I hate when movies turn a standalone movie into two-parters. Like Mission Impossible was a two-parter. I'm not mad at the Avengers. That's a two-parter, but I was okay with that. Double O, I think 007 was a two-parter, but like every movie nowadays just feels the need to only tell half a story and then come out with the rest of it 3 years later. Fast and the Furious, they did half a story, so it pissed me off because how you gonna show me the next movie? Like you just proved to me that you have all the camera footage. They showed so much in the post credit roll. So it's you literally are watching a TV show. It's 3 episodes played on the big screen. That's why in the beginning there's no recap. There's no catch up. It's just go, go, go like a TV show. You watch one episode, then the next episode starts. Then the next episode starts. Between episodes, they're not catching you up. You just here with it, bro. And that's exactly what Strangers 1, 2, and what 3 is gonna do. There's no recap, there's no rehashing, it's just go, go, go. And the bad side is when the episode stops, it just stops. And like a sitcom, it's trying to tell a complete story, but when the episode stops, it's just a random stopping point. They stopped us at the end of the flashback, and we see the girl is gone. And the worst part was is homegirl's hiding in the bushes right next to the two strangers that are left, watching them carry her corpse, and she's just sitting there by a tree. And they got the nerve to cut to black. They got the nerve to cut to black. That part really pissed me off, and that's why I knocked the rating down. I'm not gonna keep y'all here too long. I gave Strangers Chapter 2 2.5 out of 5. My rating scales are out of 5 because I feel like if you do out of 10, everything's gonna be like a 7 or 8, and I feel like that's just not a realistic rating score. That's like so generic. But if you do a rating score of out of 5, a 2 out of 5 means something. A 4 out of 5 means something. A 3 out of 5 means something. And this the Strangers Chapter 2, that 2.5 I gave it means something. Whereas if I was to rate it 1 out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 6. But 6, you going out of 10, you really people think 6s are trash. So I gotta change this. I think a 1 to 5 just makes a lot more sense, and each rating carries way more weight there. So 2.5 because again, what the movie is supposed to do, it does well. You get the scares, you get the suspense, you get the thrill. You just don't get a movie. You get a TV show on a big screen, and it pissed me off. Homegirl had W survival sense though. I'm I'm still not sure if the people she met people on the road. It was the nurse that was taking care of her, and then she met 3 of her friends. It looked like they all could have been in with the strangers. She sensed that, jumped out a moving car, but eventually towards the end found them. I'm still not convinced that they were all dead in that house. Because the way it happened would have been too quick. She didn't hear any noise. Like the two girls, when she went downstairs, the 2 girls were tied up. How do you not hear them screaming for help? Like it, yeah, it don't make any sense how they could all die and not make a sound and not alert homegirl that the strangers are in this condominium or villa wherever they're staying. So I think she had W gamer sense where she jumped out the vehicle, but when she ran into their house by accident, she had passed out at the front door, so there was nothing she could do. Luckily, they did stitch her up, so that the fact that they stitched her up and let her recover makes me think maybe they aren't bad people. But then just the whole circumstances surrounding the house, it just to me, and I really be watching a movie, it just reeks of a setup, bro. I don't think they're actually gone. I think they're playing a role, and I think the whole town is in on it. I think the whole town are part of the strangers. I could be wrong, but I guess we'll see in part 3, maybe part 4. Because, like I said, it's a TV show played out on the big screen, bro. So, if you haven't seen Strangers 1, I honestly would say don't even waste your time. You're going to go into Strangers 2, and you're not going to understand what's happening. They literally just drop you in at the end of 1. This is one of the few scenarios where you have to have watched 1 to know what's happening in 2. Because if you go in blindly on 2, it's a clusterfuck, bro. You're not gonna know what's going on. You're like, why are these people chasing this girl? Who is this dude in the morgue that this girl's crying over? What the hell is happening? Where's her family? You're not gonna know how she even got there. You have to see 1. It's so vital. And then we're gonna have to see 3 because this shitty ass movie series doesn't know how to tell a complete story. Well, let me not say that because chapter 1 was cool. Her waking up in the hospital seemed like a good ending for the movie. She even had a dream that they came and got her, and I think that's how it ended. But this movie, nah, bro, this was not it. The way you ended it, sad. It went up. This movie had potential, bro. Because up to that point, it literally gave you what you wanted. It just didn't give us an ending. But that's just my opinion. What did y'all think? Strangers Chapter 2. Let me know how y'all feeling about it. The ending, the action, the characters. I'm in them comments with y'all. Uncrowned Kingdom. I've been your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku. That's the 5 that keeps the kingdom burning safe. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace, bros. Peace, 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 peace.